Hey, what's up, you guys? So in today's video, we're gonna talk about a topic. This isn't like a top 10 or anything. This is sort of a topic that might be personal and hit home for some of you guys. For others, it might not really matter. Yu-Gi-Oh teams. In our opinion, Yu-Gi-Oh teams are dead, and they've honestly been dead for a while. Yu-Gi-Oh teams, I guess for those of you who somehow don't know, been living under a rock, is basically when you like sort of form an alliance with players who, I guess, share the same interests as you. Know,
yeah,
that you're good friends with, and pretty the much. Idea of it is like, you know, you play test together, go to events together, trade, like, you know, let each other borrow stuff, or like, you know, send good trades his way or her way, you know. I don't think that teams really work anymore. Every team that I've seen, every evidence of like a team seems to just have kind of died off, usually because of internal drama or external drama. I don't think teams are good. What do you think, Trell, the amazing, perfect, good guest?
Anyway, I agree. I do believe teams are dead. I personally should know. I was a member of a team. And you know, like you said, we're pretty much friends that kind of had a common interest, and we came together. Originally, of course, most people, they try to pick people in their team like that are either their friends or that are either good. I guess in our case, it was a mixture of both. I'm not that good though, so we're not worried about that. But there are people, but we all had the same interests. You know, we like Yu-Gi-Oh, we like to trade, we like to do it. We want to travel to different events. We want to travel to different events, pretty much. So we did it together. So on the one hand, teams were good because they helped with probably cutting down the cost of travel and things like that. And they're pretty much just looking out for each other because, you know, there's a lot of thieves and things like that when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh events. But on the other hand, teams was kind of,
I mean, it kind of all like falls apart. Like,
yeah.
I think it comes down to like the fact that in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I think anyone can relate to this, in Yu-Gi-Oh you're really only looking out for yourself.
Yeah, because the teams is just a title, to be honest with you. That's really
what it is. I think that when teams become a label, when it becomes like just a title and you're trying to get in simply to have that label or to have that title, that's kind of when things go wrong. At my shop, I won't like name the team, but there was a team and like someone wanted to get in it. And like he was a pretty good player or whatever. His brother wasn't a very good player. He wanted to be a part of this team to have like the title or whatever, but they were like, yeah, like, you know, you're good at, you can join, but your brother can't, and like, 'cause he's not very good. And he was like, well, I'm not joining without my brother. And so like, but he really wanted to be a part of this team. He really wanted the title. I think that whenever it gets to the point where it's just like a title, it's like, is it, you know, where they're just like looking for good people, or
it's not a fraternity, people. So,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, and then like there are other problems with teams. Like,
I don't know. My thing with teams, I don't need to cut you off. My thing with teams is, first and foremost, like we have a common interest, and when I think of teams, and as far as the Yu-Gi-Oh community is concerned, when I think of teams, I think of like us sharing and things of that nature. So, if you have to trade with your teammate, you're probably not teams. I've met actual teams where they all have collective. They all have their own personal collection. That's understood. But they all pretty much have a collective. Their collection is together. Everything, you know, everything is as one. So it's like, hey, we're trying to get these cards for us. You know, so I understand. You know, so that's pretty much a team. Mm-hmm. If there's a thing where I was like, oh, I picked up this card today. Oh, I want that from you. What do you want from it? It's not really a team. Like, I shouldn't have to trade with my teammate. And I understand that a lot as far as how Konami's done things. Some cards have high price tag, which is tough. Right. So it's like, I'm not just gonna give you this Drago sack, but it's not really giving if you guys are sharing. Pretty much the only issue that comes to head at that point is if you guys are both trying to use the same card, and that's for you guys to handle on your own. But my thing is, if I have to trade with my teammate, buy things from my teammate, those kind of things.
Is it really a team at that point?
Right. If you're making business transactions with your own teammates, then
is it really? Yeah.
It's not really a team. It's more of a partnership, and it's still business related.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, it's Yu-Gi-Oh. Everyone's looking out for themselves, and also with teams. You know, the idea is that you're supposed to play test and travel to events together, but the thing is, I've done all of those things in the past without being in a team. I mean, if I want to play test, I've got friends I can play test with. Like, I don't really think that I have to be in a part of a team, like, to play test for an event. I mean, like, I can just meet up with the people who have the decks I need practice against, and we can play. And I haven't been a part of a team, but I've been going to numerous events. We still just split gas. I think it's kind of you're just friends with these people and you go to the event for that, like, you know, with that in mind, not really as like you know, this is a team thing. And another thing is like team drama starts a lot, like for whatever reason. It feels like like every team has like there seems to be a player in every team who isn't as good as everyone else, and like the team's kind of carrying that player, or there's a player in the team who thinks he's better than everyone else, and might talk like shit about other teams. I know this from experience. It wasn't like my personal experience, but I know a team where that's happened. It was him. And it just feels like there aren't any practical benefits you can get from a team that you can't just get from
just regular friends
playing. Like Yu-Gi-Oh's like a thing you can do alone and just have friends. And
yeah, like you said, like I was on the team, and of course we all still hang together. I see them just about every week anyway. We still play, but I don't see it as a team anymore. We used to, when it first got put together and the whole idea was was initiated. It was good. We played together. We play tested. Now it's like we go to different events. We play with the other people and we play with each other, but like nothing's changed. Like we haven't really progressed as a team. We're just a group of people that like to play. You have your own way that you want to play. I have my own way that I want to play. We're not incorporating anything together. We're not changing anything. It's just people that want to play, and we're just friends that come together.
You don't really use the title much, huh?
And other than that, to be honest, at some point you get too old for a team. Let's just be completely honest. I mean, it's one thing to say.
I think it's a young person's. Like,
yeah.
I think it's like, when you're like a teenager and you get into Yu-Gi-Oh! And you see like these teams of like, I guess, older people, it makes you want to like, oh, let's start our own. I just don't see why you can't just be friends. Like, why do you really have to like start, your own?
Because Yu-Gi-Oh players are fucking douchebags. That's why. There's a lot of douchebags in Yu-Gi-Oh. So
and I don't see how some of the douchebags are part of teams. Like, I know there's some big like international teams,
but they usually like flock together. A lot of the douchebags are together, and some of them are good. So I can understand why they might not even like each other, but they're all good, so they're gonna be together. So like I said, everybody has that common interest. So maybe this group has, they want to win. Maybe this group is just a whole bunch of assholes nobody else likes, But everybody has their own common interest, which I understand. Like I said, I still don't think it requires a title. Like you said, why can't we all just be friends and play? Because I do everything.
Why can't we be friends?
That's why we do Yu-Gi-Oh! And we don't sing. But like I say, I've done plenty of events myself with people that have not been a part of my usual group, and I've still fared just as well as I would if I were with them. So teams are kind of,
and there also seems to be with a lot of teams, there's always like that one player who's like kind of the life string, and when that player leaves, the rest of the team really isn't.
Like it falls apart.
Just falls. Yeah. There's a certain example in my locals. They know who they are. There was a key like player in the middle of a team that everybody kind of recognized as the best person. He left, and the rest of the team just sort of, they tried to hang on, but everyone just sort of realized it doesn't work without the one player who's good or who's like kind of the figurehead.
It's like OKC without Westbrook. And for any Yu-Gi-Oh players that watch basketball, you know what I'm saying.
So none of them.
Probably none of them.
Maybe
like two.
One.
It's like two.
We'll give them credit. You know who you are.
You should comment below.
Yeah.
All right. I want to know who you are.
But I just don't see teams as like something that you have to be a part of, and I don't really see it as like a benefit. Like there aren't really any benefits you can get as a team that you can't get on your own. I mean, because when it all comes down to it, if you're at like table 6 in round 10, like are they really gonna be cheering on you?
Like, hey, yeah, at that point, having a team, and no offense to your friends at that point, but having a team means nothing. You're at table 1, or like you said, wherever you're in the top tables, they're in table 427. There's no team camaraderie going through your head at that point in time. Right now, you're thinking about yourself and how can I continue to win and keep
the thing
going.
Is, they're not there. They're trading.
Yeah, they're probably trading, and they're pretty sure not thinking about
trading.
you either.
They don't. Like he's at Trell's at table 5, whatever. It's round 10. Like they don't care. I mean, I guess this wasn't like a top 10 discussion or anything like that. It's just kind of an idea, like a topic.
Yeah, we want to know your thoughts. It's pretty much just an open discussion to see what your thoughts were.
Yeah, are you part of a team? And I mean, like, I don't think that it's impossible to like be a part of a team and enjoy it and like hang out and stuff. But if that's the case, is your team label really needed?
If you are a part of a team, what makes you a team? Like,
what makes it? Like, what makes it a team? What keeps you involved?
What's the cohesion there? Yeah.
And if you're not, or if you've had some negative experience with the team, feel free to share it in the comments. It's just kind of an open discussion. It's like not a serious video, but like, I don't know. And if you enjoyed this video, as always, give it a thumbs up. And he's gone.
Keep talking.
Just like that.
It's not over.
Yeah, that's the video. My
gosh!
That wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to happen.
I was there.
That wasn't supposed to happen.